Could the music be quieter? Could it be less easy to hear? Oh wait, that's just
there it is.
That was all on me. Oh, I should probably start the show.
Aww.
Hey everybody, it's me.
And me.
Together we are three.
No.
Me,
well,
you.
Yeah.
Me and you. And
and three.
The
right.
watcher.
Yeah,
the watcher
that's good. I like that. Yes.
Speaking of watch, I have a watch on my hand right now, and it says Bob Doyle Show.
Aww.
Luscious Living Friday is live. I got an actual notification from this little device, which I'll share with you in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. You know what it is. It's called... That's right, and I am the aforementioned Bob Doyle, and it says up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, Bob Doyle Show 2, just in case you forget. It will also be displayed from time to time on this big, large screen behind me, as we will go back and forth between that and your comments.
Good morning, beautiful
we
people.
See extra team member,
oh,
says
yes,
my mom.
We have an extra team member.
Oh, this.
This is Sophie.
So Sophie is on. Sophie, we're watching Sophie tonight.
She's on loan.
Or last night.
Yes.
Because a friend of Tracy's is moving, and this would just be...
Right.
You ever moved with an animal? No. So if you can offload the animal, it's for that process.
So we get to puppy
So that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Bob Doyle Show.
Luscious Living Friday.
That's right, all of it.
So good, and she's such a good girl. Yes.
And
so
apparently
cute.
You have to talk to her like that.
You do.
When
she
she's
loves
cute.
it. She's so cute.
So
she's such a lover.
Yes. Oh, wait, this reminds me. I totally forgot one of the most important things about this show today.
Yes.
All right.
Good morning.
All right. So, it's Luscious Living Friday.
Oh.
And I thought we'd play with soundtracks today.
Nice.
Just, things that are a little lusciouser.
Lusciouser.
Than just silence. And some of these may be a no-go. Some of them may be okay. I chose 9 different ones to cycle through to try, and if we get through it today, great. If not, and I may change them up here in a little bit too. But yeah, we're just gonna, until we can really lushify this studio and all of that, I just have to try and lushify it artificially with things like music and echo and
and puppies.
And puppy. We try this. Now,
Yes.
one of the first things that happened.
Mom, I agree.
When the puppy came in was Bath.
Yes, and she's all soft and she smells good. Yeah.
And she's clearly a love dog.
She is so loving.
Now, do you figure she's going to settle in and curl up on your lap, or she's just going to be viciously licking you?
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's her MO for the most part. It's like, how many kisses can I get in?
Dan is here saying lusciousness. If you don't believe me, just check the screen out.
Yes,
along with Jaxie Bo Baxie and of course Mom commenting on the obvious love affair between you and the dog.
I love her so much. She's the good one.
She's a pillow sleeper.
Mama.
Yes.
And she's a pillow sleeper, yes.
So that's our special guest today. We may she may have a return visit as the move progresses, but this was her trial.
to see if she
she was.
But she did great.
Because this is a no pet home, but I do have permission to occasionally help out a friend who has a dog.
Yes.
Tracy's friend qualifies.
Yes.
And so far so good. She's very good.
Yes, here, look at the screen. Say hi. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, not. Well, whatever. She's so cute.
So I asked, yes? Oh, my God. If everybody was feeling sleepy, that's my fault.
I know. I'm like, oh, it's over there.
Oh, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're literally about to be saved by the bell.
Good one.
Okay, that bell is in key with this music. You just have to trust me. So I think that's a sign that it's time to drink that
Ooh,
coffee.
and this one says,
appeared.
okay, I just need to be very careful. Hold on, stop. Okay. I love you. Stop. Let me see. Miracles happen. And I do believe that.
By the way, I don't know if anyone noticed, but
That's yummy.
if you look
Thank you.
if Tracy, if you move your head, yeah, that way, and if you all look out the window very carefully, we can't see it. We can't really tell on this screen because it's so small. But if you're looking like on your TV, there's surfers out there.
Oh, serious?
I think the music just stopped.
That's
So now I'm going to move
cool.
on to the next piece.
Ooh,
Hey,
that's a nice vibe.
welcome. Gross. It's the part of the show. Alrighty. Not luscious at all.
Yeah.
So I've asked you all to bring a notebook and a pen. How many of you did it? Type 1
I
for
did.
yes. Type 2 for... I don't read descriptions. I just
show
press play
up.
as fast as I possibly can when I see your line. All right, well,
Which is great.
the description was basically that we're going to have a fun little exercise along the lines of lusciousness and bringing it into your life in these times when, well, who couldn't use a little more lusciousness?
And if you don't have
That's a rhetorical question, Mother.
She has
I'm
fuzzy,
fine.
furry
I got
animals.
as much lusciousness as I need.
Yeah.
Why do I watch you? Oh, you're my
Because,
son.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Is she watching? Your mom
Yeah.
is.
Your mom's
I think-
watching too.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh, there she
said
is. Yeah.
furry
Does a
pets are
post-it?
luscious.
Does a post-it and a pencil count? No. And I'm going to tell you. Well, you
A
know what?
post-it and a pencil's
It all
fine.
doesn't. No.
No. Okay. It's your son.
Now here, I thought she was going to say something like your show. You do it how you want. No. In fact, your son, weirdo. All right. No, in fact, I think in the description I requested that you get a favorite pen and maybe even some nice paper or nice notebook or whatever. Something that's... Do you have
Luscious?
a favorite pen?
I did.
We've all had favorite pens.
I've had, and I've recently lost it.
Hold on a second.
And my notebook, my yellow notebook, the one, yeah.
Well,
It is what it is.
I'm just saying for the purposes of this exercise,
Yes.
I would say to get paper that feels really good to write on and a pen you really like where you're just like, oh yeah, everything I write with this is brilliant.
Yeah. Okay.
And then as you do this, the writing part that I'm asking you to, take the time to make your handwriting neat and legible. Like, just make this a full-on luxury experience.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
get
thought so
that.
too, because
Yeah,
after
yeah.
all, it is luscious.
If you know how to
living
write in cursive,
Friday.
maybe write loopier than normal. It's just
Unless
so
you
fun
hate
and
it like
luscious.
me. I know how. I won't. I refuse.
They don't teach it
and
in
I'm
school
glad,
anymore.
And I'm glad.
It's terrible.
No. You know what? They stopped doing hieroglyphics too.
And now no one can read hieroglyphics.
Exactly. And that's terrible. You can't write poetry with hieroglyphics because it has to rhyme. How do you do a rhythm with... It's a whole genre of art that wouldn't exist if we had hieroglyphics.
I see.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So let's just keep
Sophie,
things in
I
mind.
love you so much, baby. Yes. Just chill. We're good. Kisses are awesome. Yes, they're so good.
All right, now this piece of music's fading out. Now, I'm going to just tell you right now that this one right here, I even have it labeled as weird. Because there's a little set...
Ah, I kind of like it though.
Yeah, I thought Tracy might get into it, but then it was like, well, we'll just play it until we see how quickly we get annoyed. Now, I know my mother is annoyed right now.
I was just gonna say.
So she's like-
I already know.
On the bell curve, we have to just... She doesn't count, and neither does this person who loves it so much. So it's all the people in the middle. You know what? I'm in the middle. I can't do it.
Legible, I
knew,
found a pen. Most of my notebooks are full.
I knew it wasn't going to work for me. All right.
Will one clean page be enough?
Yeah, probably. Because we don't have all freaking day.
Well, I don't know what we're doing.
All right. My mother found a pen. Most of her notebooks are full. Oh, she asked that question. All right. Now look. I've got all this music. We've got a beach. We've got a dog. We're trying to create a vibe here. I've asked you to approach this with a level of luxury and excellence, right?
Yes.
So, I'm going to ask you to write down some things. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. You don't have a pen or a paper?
I do. They're right here.
It's not at the ready.
They're right here. Okay, now
See,
they're at the ready.
People look to you
Okay.
to know what to do. If
Pen
you're
and
just
paper.
sitting around, then they're going to just sit around.
Blank sheet. Ready
Right.
to go.
Now, I want you to think.
That's okay.
It's part one. Of one of the most luscious places you can imagine being in right now. A place. So think about the environment. Where are you? Just think about one of, not the most, because that's
Okay.
too much pressure. Just one of the most luscious environments you can imagine right now. And write down enough of it. Write down enough description. Oh, God. Write down enough description. The audience is probably going, Bob, you took this long to rescue her from the dog. You gave her a writing assignment. You're just floating your hands around like... Write enough so that you get the vibe of it. So that when you read it again, you're there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh.
And again, it doesn't have to be the most luscious place. And luscious can mean a lot of things. Like the one that immediately comes to mind for me is sitting out on the dock at my grandmother's house on the lake. But that's one kind of luscious. And then there's other types of luscious. But what I'm saying is you can imagine one of them. And it can be personal enough where you wouldn't feel comfortable sharing it here, or if you want to share some of what you're writing, that's great too. So a place. Okay. Is that enough time? Type 1 for yes.
No.
Type 2 for I can't.
I'm
I
like,
can't
okay,
type 2. I'm
how do
writing.
I?
Again, you can just use triggering words
Okay, that's what
right
I'm gonna
now.
do.
So that
Okay.
it doesn't have to, this isn't the exercise where you're writing in great detail. It's just enough so that when you look at it, you go, yes, that place. And your mind sort of fills in the blank of everything else. Okay. I'm going to move on.
Okay.
So now it can be either independent of what you just imagined or something completely different. Okay, so you have complete freedom to choose whatever. But now think of something luscious you'd like to see. We're just focusing on your vision, something you'd like to see, that by looking at it, you go, oh, that's luscious. It could be art. It could be someone's face. It could be, anything. It could be, again, it could be what you were just imagining if you want to. But, we're focusing on the visual part. Let's see if this actually loops. Yes, it did. Good. We're going to keep this music vibe going. Okay? All right, so that's not as much detail necessarily, so just something you'd like to look at, all right? Now, we're moving on to something you'd like to hear that's luscious. Hearing, that could be a type of music. It could be an environmental sound, the ocean, birds, anything that you think about that and you go, oh, that's luscious. And again, if it helps you to put those sounds or whatever in any particular environment, that's fine. It's just enough so that when you see this written down, you can trigger that memory and hopefully the sense of it, the lusciousness of it. So the writing of this should be descriptive enough so that when you think about it intentionally, you can generate that feeling. All right, let's move on to smell. What's something that one of the most luscious things? We could be in the food department. We could be in the nature department. We could be in the, cologne or fragrance department. Oil, anything. A smell that just goes, yeah, pancakes. Something like that. Your favorite incense or...
Ooh. Yes.
But something that just goes, when you think about the smell. The aroma. Smell is such a harsh word sometimes. because it's usually followed by,
Odor.
what's that?
Right.
Yeah.
Odor. It has a different connotation to it. Not so luscious.
All right, are we ready for
Scent.
tasting? So now we're most likely in the food category, but that's, hey man, whatever your jam. Grilled shrimp and pineapple. Now see, immediately, that can be both, right? That can be the smell, but that definitely creates but that's what I'm talking about, Dan, yes. So again, yeah, that could be in either category, but, ideally something different, so your list is more varied. Who knows where I'm going next? There's only one left.
Go for it.
Touch. What's something luscious you could touch? It could be a puppy who's hiding behind the microphone. It could be the clothes you're wearing. It could be a blanket. This new little thing, which I forgot to talk about before we got into this, notifies me when there are messages on Facebook, so it is like crazy. All right. So now you have a list that, if written with hardly any intention at all, should be a one-stop shop for putting you into a luscious state of mind and feeling, regardless of where you are, and allowing you to create this vision of that in your life. And you could probably, a lot of this stuff, recreate and make happen. Like, you could turn on that music, you could cook that food, you could, you know what I'm saying? So that you can just use these things that trigger all this lusciousness on all these sensory levels. You're just kind of between us, aren't you? Her leg
sliding.
doesn't know where to go. Oh, it is nice to have a puppy around.
I know.
All right, she can stay longer if she wants to.
Y'all, everyone heard that, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much. In fact, I never want to leave.
She's got family.
And so now here's another thing for you to ponder if you want to go a little bit deeper with this. Looking at each of these items, you could consider, why do you feel that that's luscious? Like, what is it about those things?
Great
Is it
questions.
a memory? Is it an association? Is it something you've learned about what lusciousness is? Is it some deep, inexplicable trigger that happens when you think about those things? But it probably stems from somewhere. It's all meaning that we make for things, so it's just kind of interesting to look at, well, why is, because what's luscious to you may not be luscious to me, right?
True. Do you want to go through my list?
If you're willing to share, sure.
Of course.
This is fun. I wasn't expecting to.
To share?
Well, because I was trying to honor the fact that it might be personal, but I did actually mean to say if anybody was willing to share. But sometimes getting comments out of these people's like pulling luscious little teeth.
Well, I'll share.
Actually, they've been very good today, so.
I'll share.
All right, awesome.
So, I have for luscious. What was the environment? Right, was the first, right?
The place, yeah.
The place, right? So, sunny Hawaiian beach.
Yes.
With waterfall coming down and all the lush floral greenery and flowers.
What's the temperature?
I'd say 88.
All right. As long as the water's warm.
As long as the water's warm.
Yeah, well, not like hot, but like we can get in it. 88 degrees is warm enough where I'm going to want to get in the water.
Of course.
So yeah.
And 8's my favorite number, so I figured 80s is always really good. 70s too cold, 90s maybe too hot, depending. 80s, perfect.
Okay, I'm on board with that. What else you got?
I have, so what to look at, and when you said art, immediately I thought of Salvador Dali, because I love the melting clocks and all of that. I just think some of his stuff is maybe a little bit more dark and political, but there's some pieces that are just yummy.
The
to
stuff
me.
he's known for,
Yeah.
that style. And what is it? A little sidetrack here, but it kind of goes back to that last question: is
What
what
makes it
is it
luscious?
about that makes that appealing and luscious? It's the dripping, sort of melty, and then
Yes.
but why is that luscious? But it is.
Right. I don't know.
We've just did we make that up, or did we just put a label to something that just instinctually happens, or was this? Did we learn to think that melty, liquidy things are?
Right, like pouring paint can be luscious, you know.
Right.
It
They're on Instagram. There
Oh,
are
there's
so many things that are just like
wow.
so satisfying to watch. It just triggers that whatever that is in
Satisfying.
us that makes us
Yummy.
love the way that like paint will ripple and then pour color and then, what I'm talking about.
Of course.
One of these days, one luscious, maybe next week. We'll get onto Instagram and I'll bookmark some of these
What a
accounts
great
where they
idea.
generate this type of thing that's
Yes.
just super luscious Instagram.
I also then added my art.
So yes, because your art is luscious.
Some of it.
What we've got on our walls is luscious for
Yeah.
sure. My mom said the beach on a mild day with a breeze.
See,
so
I'm
yes,
so with you, Mom. So much so.
but she said mild. That's very me. Like I don't want
Yeah.
it too freaking hot. Don't make it cold. Just nice and the breeze, because I don't want to necessarily have to go in.
Oh, two. I want to. Oh, look at
And
my
my
great grandsons.
great-grandsons, they're cute.
No.
Want to hear
I wanna
cats
hold
purr?
them.
Yes.
I want to
Smell brownies. I went to brownies too.
brownies.
And I was thinking about brownies last night, so I think it's time, Tracy, for some,
you
I guess,
mentioned that a week
gluten-free
ago.
vegan brownies. However I got to eat them, you tell me. I wouldn't mind just Duncan Hines, but okay. I want to taste a good pizza with mushroom, spinach, and extra cheese. Oh my God, yes.
Oh, totally.
We just finished going through a spinach pizza ourselves.
Yes.
And I love to touch a cat's fur. So we've got a cat thing. Jane, if you're watching, when you're watching, you'll see that you and my mom have things to talk
Kitties.
about. Yes.
I love kitties too. We just happen to be puppies.
All right, what else you got there?
I
Moving on.
have, so for sounds,
Mm-hmm.
ocean waves.
Yes.
It's my favorite. Yeah, it's my go-to.
Alexa, play Ocean Waves.
Ocean Waves by Joe Baker.
Was that play the song Waves?
Nope. Alexa, play Ocean Waves.
Okay, here's white noise. Okay, here's white noise. Playing ocean waves for 4 hours.
She has lost her mind.
99% of the time, it's Joe Baker's Ocean Waves.
But we got them.
But we got them. Okay, 4 hours. We're good for 4 hours.
All right, so now we got the music and the waves. I don't know what they can hear and what they can't. We're just
It's fine.
amusing ourselves at
It's
this point.
fine.
Okay.
So then smells.
Yes.
When you said incense, my favorite is non-champa.
Yeah, is that how you say it?
I think so. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's how it is.
It is the bomb.
It's
It is.
It's
our-
my favorite.
Look, it's Magic Brad in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Magic Brad! We're good. How
How
are
you
you?
doodling?
Doodling. Oh, we were just talking about doodle yesterday. That's funny.
Coincidence?
Maybe not.
All right, where were we?
Let's see. So smells. Well, yeah, absolutely. And I love the smell of coffee brewing. That's luscious.
Oh my God, I
Or-
forgot. It's getting lukewarm over here.
Oh heavens. Right. Or or mocha too. Like if you do, you mix it with cocoa or something that has a different smell to it, but it's the chocolate. It makes it richer and.
Yep, I'm with you there.
yeah.
Can we sidetrack for a second again? We'll get
Yeah.
back. Luckily, we have your list to keep me on track.
Yes.
Mochi. You said mocha.
Mochi.
So mochi is a luscious
Luscious.
dessert
Yes.
that I have just been introduced to within the past month.
My fault.
Ice cream mochi. I didn't know that there was anything other than ice cream mochi, but I've learned looking up how to make it that it's actually more traditionally with some sort of sweet red bean paste in it. And it's, like I'm not sure how I would like that one, but I did find the ice cream mochi recipe.
Nice. I mean, we're gonna make it.
It looks too much of a pain in the butt. And although, as I was thinking about it, you know how our freezer freezes ice cream too much.
Oh,
but it's perfect for mochi because you want it.
Right.
What you're making. If you don't know what it is, it's basically this rice. It's made with rice. You take it, Tracy.
It's a thin layer, not like a, yeah, okay. It's a layer of rice wrapped around.
But it's a rice. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's not rice paper, but it's a.
It's a coating that's like it ends up sort of chewy around whatever's inside.
Right, and you can pick it up, and it doesn't fall apart. The consistency is squishy, and it's.
Yeah, it's amazing if you haven't had it.
Yes.
So, but I think I'm gonna have to take it on, trying it once.
Okay.
Trying to make it once, even though it does look like a pain, kind of. The recipes say, "Oh, it's easy," but no. It's kind of like sticky rice, but not really. It's there's a word I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's if you were to, I mean, I don't know how to make it, but if you took rice and laid it out, and where it was not really rice consistency at all. It's just like I don't know how to describe it.
I am so sorry I went down this road. Let's get back to your list.
Okay, so mochi. It's very yummy, very luscious. And you can do them different ways. When the ice cream, you can have them like mango and strawberry. And you can do
cookie
dough, chocolate peanut butter.
If you've never tried them, which I'm 54.
Something like that.
54. And I'd never even heard of it. So maybe you haven't either. I'm saying go down your ice cream aisle, find it.
Yeah. Yes, the mango's my favorite.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we are at...
I'm at food, ironically. Or taste.
Okay, yes.
Taste. So I went to food, and I went to my favorite, which is chocolate-covered strawberries.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Because there's just something, and it's like, whether you're looking at the dipping where the chocolate's just, sort of rolling off the strawberry, or whether they're, cold and they bite into it and it's crunchy and it just sort of just like...
And when it's just the right amount of sweetness, contrasted with just the right dark chocolate or milk, but
I prefer dark.
And if it crunches just right and you get all of that, I mean, and you can make those, my friends.
Oh, it's so easy. Chocolate chips and
strawberries. This does not have to be a luxury item. I just microwave them. I know
I don't like to
double
microwave
boil,
anything.
But I like to have spider strength, so I microwave mine because it's a lot easier. And then they put them in the wax paper refrigerator, and you come back an hour later, and oh my God, look at all this lusciousness. I'd pay $12, $13, $17, $20 for a plate like this if I went to my local gourmetery.
It's true. And you can get, well, depending on, where you're at in the season, but, a quart of strawberries for under $5, and a package of chocolate chips for, $3 or something.
All right, let's pull up the receipt. All right, no, we're going to move on. Is there more? Where are we at?
We have...
Where are we at?
Touch.
Oh, yes, good.
And I went to the velvety plush blankets.
Yeah, me too.
It's my favorite. Like, oh my heavens.
It's easy to go there because they're so great.
It is. I mean, sleeping all rolled up in that just, makes dreamland so luscious. The other thing too, honestly, to say is for sleep, which I must do this every night, and I put lotion on my feet, which somehow just sets the stage for my body to relax into those velvety blankets and yummy, yummy dreamland.
Hey, you're listening to K-Trace, KTRC. Jazz of the city, whatever city you're in. Today we're talking about the things she feels are luscious, and we have completed the list, haven't we? Well, you've
and
missed
of course,
it.
Sophie's luscious. She's so soft.
Well, so now we've changed the music. Now, so here's another layer of the question. If you were watching and you were writing, how much... check back in. Do you think that the music that was playing in the background influenced the things you chose at the time? Did it create a particular vibe that had you think a certain way? And the test of that is that now I'm playing different music. And if you were to check in fresh on maybe not the place, because you'd go right back to the place, but something else you'd like to hear or see or smell, would it change based on the groove of this music? You have to let it settle in a minute. You got to not have me talk so much. But I really enjoy talking, so I don't know what we do about it.
Well, I think what goes to me is like, you know, I close my eyes and I just picture, you know, dark room with
Sure.
lots of different, you know, lights kind of just coming in and out, and you know, maybe dancing.
Yes.
Yes, I can feel
Is there
that.
is there like that fog? Do they have the fog
Yes.
thing going?
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Absolutely.
With the lights, multicolored lights.
Right.
With a
So
lot,
it's like
there's fog.
Right. The
It's,
whole room is just yes.
it's like a rave, but no raving.
Right. This
It's
is luscious.
way too laid back for a rave.
Way laid back.
It's like when the adults are there during the luscious hours, and then those ravers come in and throw, you know, confetti everywhere, and there's glow sticks the next day, and there's so much cleaning.
Not that.
Right, not that.
Not
We're talking about like there's like
This vibe.
9 elite couples, keeping social distancing, of course.
Of course.
Look, you can be single too. I don't mean to discriminate. Why did I have to go there?
Well, it could be, you know, where they meet.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are masks required? That's not luscious.
Oh, we're not going there, Tracy. What are you doing? Having such a perfectly good time. We filled up at half an hour and everything.
That's good. Yes.
So, can we wind it down? We gave people an assignment. They completed it. Now they have something
Well,
written down, hopefully, and
Yeah.
a nice paper and a pen. And whenever they're feeling a little, I don't know, non-luscious,
Little
they can
down.
say, hey, I'm going over to the refrigerator where I put copy number 7 of what I wrote down while watching the Bob Doyle show. Because they're there to help. Tracy mostly, but Bob does most of the talking. See, that's luscious too. Mm-hmm. Turn to the person you're next to, no matter how awkward it is. Do that. I dare you. Oh, look at that. Boy, that would have been a good time to just end this show, but nope, I'm going to move on to... We'll end the show with this instead of the Bob Doyle show
I like
theme. How's
this.
that? All right, my friends,
We
my family.
love you all.
Well, except for, you know who you are.
Really?
No.
No.
We clearly love you all. Clearly.
Yes.
We do this for you,
We do.
quite literally.
Yes. So join us Monday for Musical Monday.
Sure.
And another week of fun that we're just going to play, and
Do
hopefully
you know
you'll
what
play
we
with
do?
us.
Guys, you know what we do. That's why you're here, because we just do it.
We do it.
All right, I guess
You ready?
I'm just going to push this
All
button,
right.
and then that big white screen's going to come up, and then you're going to sneak a couple of other words in there, and then
Okay.
I'm going to...
We love you.